Good morning from Beech Bend Amusement Park. It's also a water park, but just going to be visiting the amusement portion side. There's a little bit of a line. We're here about 10 minutes early. You can kind of see that there. So we're going to get in line. Looks like a lot of people are here for the water park. We're here for the GCI at the back of the park. And let's get in line and see what we can do here. So this will be my first visit to this park. I have never been this far down in Kentucky, and we're on a little road trip to go visit our grandma. And much like earlier this year when we were on the same road trip, we took a detour to Atlanta to visit Fun Spot Atlanta, and I'm glad I did because that's officially permanently closed now. But today we're taking a detour to Bowling Green, Kentucky, and that has brought us to Beech Bend Amusement Park. Now the main attraction here is of course Kentucky Rumbler, the GCI, but I think there's also a wild mouse, a Zamperla, or a Reverchon spinning mouse here that we'll try to get on depending on how good Kentucky Rumbler is and how many times we want to ride it. I think it is about $40 to get in here. I'll let you know once we buy a ticket when it opens in about 10 minutes. We made it into the park. So we lucked out. Normally the normal ticket price at the gate is $55 a ticket, which I think is kind of insane. That's like Holiday World prices almost. But luckily it's the 20th anniversary weekend of Kentucky Rumbler or something like that. So it was an anniversary special and it was only $30 something for a ticket, which was great. And she was like, your total is 60 something. I'm like, wait a minute, so I'll take it. It was great. And now we're walking back towards the GCI, Kentucky Rumbler, not Sea Dragon, not the swinging ship. The GCI is this way, I believe. Hopefully it's open. A little amphitheater right here for shows or anything that they do. Yeah, it looked like a lot of people were headed over to the water park. And a lot of people have swimwear on. So maybe some people are coming over here and going over to the water park. So I don't see anybody in line, so hopefully it's open, because otherwise we'll have to turn around and leave. All right, so people are going in line, which is good. It is not closed. We will get the GCI today. Kentucky Rumbler, let's check it out. I don't know if you can see it. I'll zoom in a little bit. There is a little bit of Titan track that has been placed on the ride, so we'll have to check that out. We just got off of Kentucky Rumbler, as you can kind of see it behind me a little bit here. It was a pretty solid GCI. It's an older one. I think it's from like 2005, 2006-ish. I'll put the actual date on the screen here of when it opened. But it's about what I expected. Now, I want to talk about over here this far end. So that's the Titan track portion is literally right after the first drop. You hit that overbank. And I don't know why. I had the same problem on Prowler, I think, last year or 2 years ago when I rode it, after they added the Titan track. It sucks a lot of speed out of the ride after you hit the Titan track. I don't know if it's always been like that or if that corner got really rough and that's why they had to do it, but I know just GCI and Skyline were experimenting on a lot of GCI wooden coasters with Titan track in the early days. So I don't know how recent that Titan track is, that addition, but that corner is very boring. It's very forceless. I don't think that does anything for the ride. And I think if it was all wood or even RMC topper track or even maybe iBox track, I don't know, it would definitely have some sustained laterals and forces. I don't know if the profiling changed. Like I said, I don't really know when they added that Titan track, but the rest of the layout's really good. That is the only spot where the Titan track is. It's the whole turn around there. So it kind of kills the pacing for me personally. And it has the same problem I've noticed on a lot of older GCIs. Like Lightning Racer had this same problem when I rode it. The first half is really good. It's got some great pacing, but for whatever reason, I'm going to call it the second half, which is literally getting your way back to the station. There's no airtime, there's no forces, and it feels like you're losing a lot of your speed. I don't know why that is on these older GCIs, because Mystic Timbers has no problem with pacing at all. In fact, it feels like it breaks loose in the second half. I don't know why, but yeah, it just kind of, it has that same vibe that Lightning Racer was giving me when I rode that a couple years ago. But other than that, it's a really solid GCI. I don't know that I would pay $55 to come ride this. And then besides this, the only other attraction is the Wild Mouse and an SPF Visa. But I guess you're not, that's all-inclusive pricing. So there it goes behind me. These feel like older Millennium Flyers. We rode all the way in the back, so I could kind of see. I always try wooden coasters in the back first, unless I know how they ride in the back. But either way, you could kind of see how it was tracking around these corners, and these older Millennium Flyers don't take the corners as kindly as Mystic Timbers. I could tell because the seats were a little bit different. They weren't as comfortable as, like Prowler or Mystic Timbers or something like that. So, but it is a decent ride. We'll probably go one or two more times. I'm gonna get my $30 worth, and then I really enjoy the drop. I like these twister layouts. GCI really has that perfected down. I will give them that. But this was kind of more of a mid-tier GCI for me, in my opinion. But that's all I got to say about that for now. Let's give a couple more rides, and I'll give another couple thoughts. So that was Kentucky Rumbler. We did one more ride. We got actually the very front row. And my opinion did not change. The airtime got actually a little bit better in the front. But everything else I said still sticks. It's not the greatest GCI, but it's not the worst I've ridden. It's definitely got some pacing issues going on after that Titan track. I'm not sure what's going on there. I felt the same thing on Prowler. When I rode that a couple years ago at Worlds of Fun, like I said. But just the pacing in general kind of reminds me of Lightning Racer, if I haven't said that enough already. Do I think this needed the Titan track? No. Do I think it needs any more? No. Do I appreciate the maintenance? Yes. I do appreciate that a park is trying to keep up with their maintenance. Their wooden roller coaster, especially one of this caliber, this size. I know CCI's philosophy was kind of targeting the smaller parks, and I could definitely see this park getting a CCI had they not bought a GCI. A few years later, I'm not sure when they were looking in the market, because this was like 2006-ish, and CCI went under in 2002. So had CCI stayed on a little bit longer, I think this park would have bought one instead of a GCI. But it's still a passable GCI. It's definitely worth your time to come check out if you've never been on it. If you like wooden roller coasters, it's not very rough. It has a little bit of a, it has a little bit of a shake around corners. You can tell it doesn't track as well as some of the newer GCIs, but other than that, it's really good. And we got to get on the road. Got about a 7-hour drive now down to Florida. And then from there, I think we're going to hit one more park on the way back, which will be the following weekend. So you might see one more vlog from this trip. But for now, that is going to do it. And we will see you up by the front. And that is going to do it from Beech Bend Amusement Park. Water park looked pretty good, though I'm not a big water park guy, but would have felt good today under these circumstances. It got really humid. It wasn't that bad when we left the hotel this morning, but it got humid. So now we're going to get in the car. We got about 7.5 hours, I think, due south. And thank you so much for watching. If you want to support the channel, please buy a shirt. I got the logo one on today. sweating. And appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you guys in the next video.